second part of the Political Science 9th class, chapter number 3, Constitutional Design. In the first video, we have already talked about how the constitution has been formed in South Africa. We have studied the story of the Nelson Mandela, who is the person who has raised his voice against the apartheid system, and how he is successful in getting the constitution designing. And he was the first black person who became the prime minister of the Africa, and he is the only one who makes the other country to get inspired and to make the constitution. As we know, Africa and India is also a country which has been under the British rule, but in India the Britishers was not in too much amount. But as compared to the Africa, they were in large number and they have been settled there as a native person. So in that we have seen that finally the Nelson Mandela, he was successful against the apartheid system, and he makes the constitution of the country. Now we are starting the second topic of the chapter, that is, why do we need a constitution? The South African example is a good way to understand why we need a constitution. As we have done the South Africa story, where the blacks, they were treated very badly by the whites. Even the whites, they don't allow them to be with them. Their areas are being totally set up. So that is the reason. From that example, we can understand why we need a constitution. And what do constitution do? The oppressor and the oppressed in this new democratic were planning to live together as equal. Like in the new democratic world, they all were planning to live together to get an equal part. But it's not easy that we can going to be just on them. They had their fear, like still the fear is there. As in like earlier South Africa example, India example, we see we cannot easily trust the other country, and so that's why they wanted to safeguard their interests. It is necessary that we should safeguard ourselves. The black majority was keen to ensure that the democratic principle of majority rule was not compressed. So the black people, they were still there in the fear, so they want that their rights to be not get compressed. They wanted sustainable social and economic rights. They all wanted the economic rights. The white minority was keen to protect its privilege and poverty, and even the white, they were also keen to protect their privilege and property, whatever they were having. So after long negotiation, both parties agreed to a compromise. In South Africa, we have seen that after such a long period, when the black and the white, they were against each other, but as black, they have raised their voice, so the white, they were agreed to compromise with each other. The white agreed to the principle of majority rule, that the white, they have agreed, and that one of the person, one vote, like even the voting right has been given to them. They also agreed to accept some basic right for the poor and the worker. Even the white people, they were agree with the giving rights to the poor and the worker class people. The black agreed that majority rule would not be absolute. Like all the right will not going to be given to the majority people, they will not be superior to others. They agreed that the majority will not take away the property of the white minority. Even the majority group, like the blacks, they were in majority, so they will not going to take the minority, like white people property. The white also, like they are in less number, but still they will get the right. This compromise was not easy. It was not an easy task. How was this compromise going to be implemented? Even if they were managed to trust each other, what was the guarantee that this trust will not be broken in future? When this process was going on, that it was a compromise, the black, they still don't have a faith that whether this compromise is going to be guaranteed or not. As the Britishers, they have told them, okay, we are ready to do it. So still there was a fear amongst the black people. So the only way to maintain trust in such a situation is to write down some rules of the game that everyone will abide by. Now what happened when this situation has been arise, when the black and the white people, they both has agreed to get the equal right and opportunity for everyone, even the voting right also. Now still there was a fear, as I have told you, to remove that fear. What they have decided, there is the only one way to make a certain rules of the game. Like when there will be a game rules, like for example if we play any game, there are certain rules which we follow. So same over here, they have decided when the rules will be there also, that no one going to abide it, no one is going to break those rules. So this was the only way to get away from the fear. These rules lay down how the ruler are to be chosen in future. Like by this rule, even they have laid down, they have told that how we are going to choose the leader. This rules also determine what the elected government are empowered to do and what they cannot do. Like as they have chosen the ruler, the rules are written over there how they are going to choose. Even now in that rule there was written how the elected government, the government which they are electing, what they can do and what they cannot do. Because once the power has been given to someone, they are definitely going to misuse it. So in this rule they have also told what the power has been given to the government and what the power they have not got it, so that the government also be abided in the rules. Finally, these rules decided the right of the citizen. This rule will work only if the winner cannot change them very easily. Now finally what happened? This also gives the right to the citizen. Now even the citizen also having a right. Even this rules only if the winner cannot change them easily. Like once those who have been elected, they cannot be get changed very easily. This is what the South Africans did. This is the process which they have done. Like for example, when the citizen, they have given the right, they have elected the government. So but if they don't like, it's not necessarily like within 2, 3, 4 days they will ask, no, we don't want it. So this is also written over there that they cannot easily change it. This is what the South African did. They agreed on some basic rule. Everyone they have been agreed on some basic rule. They also agreed that these rule will be supreme, that no government will be able to ignore this. Like this rule, whatever the rules have been set up by the South Africans, they are going to be the first priority. And the government, whoever goes to become over there as a government, they were not going to ignore it, they cannot change it easily. This set of basic rules is called a constitution. Now, all the rules which has been formed by the South African government to citizen right, what the government has the power, what they don't have the power, when we have a set of rules, that set of rule is known as constitution. Now, constitution makes it not unique to South Africa. Constitution making is not a unique, it's not a new thing for the South Africa. Every country has diverse group of people. Like if we see every country, you will find different group of people. Their relationship may not have been as bad as that between the white and the black in South Africa. As in the South Africa, we have seen that the black and the white people, they were there and they were totally opposed with each other. But in other countries, if we talk about, we find different groups, but it's not necessary that all the groups, they were having a same relationship as the white and black they were having. But all over the world, people have differences of opinion and interest. Everyone is having a different opinion and interest. If I give you an example, if we see in our class only, different students, they are having a different view. If we are having a conversation on one topic, every person will give a different views and their interests will be different. So same over here also. Whether democratic or not, most countries in the world need to have this basic rule. Whether a country is a democratic country or not, but there is a need of a basic rules which has to be followed by every citizen and the government. This applies not just to government. Any association need to have a constitution. It could be club in your area. Like it's not necessary. All the rules which has been given, it's for only the government. It's for everyone to be followed. Now, as I have told you that the constitution is not, the set of rule is not only for the government, it's for everyone, every society, every corporation society, every person, all the citizens, they have to follow it. Thus, the constitution of the country is a set of country. So that is the reason the constitution is a, what is constitution? A set of rules that going to be followed by everyone, and everyone has to accept it of that particular country. Constitution is the supreme law that determines the relationship among the people living in a territory, and also the relationship between the people and the government. And the constitution is the supreme power. Once it has been written in the constitution, everyone has to follow it. No one can deny it, whether you liked it or not, but the constitution has been made in such a way that every person will get benefit by it. Even the constitution shows us the relationship between the people and the government. If the constitution is not there, the relationship of both the sides will not going to be there good. So there is a need of constitution. That is the reason when we have got independent, we also have found the constitution. Now, a constitution does many things, and now I am going to tell you what are the things that constitution do for us. Now, first, it generates a degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for different kind of people to live together. First thing, what the constitution do? It generates a trust. When we have a trust that in which country we are living, we are the part of that country, the people, the government, they were thinking about us, we are not being negotiated by them, we are not being neglected by them. When there is a trust that we all being a part of the country, the first thing which the constitution do for the people is that it will build a trust and coordination amongst the people so that they can feel the part of the country. Second, it specifies how the government will be constituted, how will have power to take which decision. Now, another thing which the constitution has done, that is, it shows the government what are the powers they were having, what the powers, what they can do it for the welfare of the country, what they are in hands, what they can do. So that all has been described by the constitution. Even the constitution tells them what not to do and how they can take the decision for the benefit of the people and how they can work for the people and what are the things they cannot do against the people. So all these things also being described by the constitution. Now the third one. It lays down limits on the power of the government and tells us what the right of the citizens are. Even it makes the government to be in limit, like their powers to be in limit, like the government, they cannot use their powers by their own. As once the person, anyone got the power, they used to start flying. So here the government being in control, and even the government, they like the citizen, they know what their are right. So that tell us the right of the citizen. What are the citizen right? What they can demand from the government? What the government they have to fulfill? Which demand of the people? That all has been given in the constitution. That constitution do it for us. Fourth one. It expresses the aspirations of the people about creating a good society. Even it inspires the people. How the people they can make the society more good. Like as everyone knows their right, what are their rights, what they can do, what are their rights are not. So this all will create a good society, and that will help the government also, and that will help the development of a country, and that make a country where everyone can live peacefully with each other. Now, all countries that have constitution are not necessarily democratic. One other thing, if every country is having a constitution, it is not necessary that the country who is having a constitution is a democratic country. Okay, as India, we are a democratic country, we have a right to choose our leaders, so we are a democratic as well as we are having a constitution, but it not necessary. But all the countries that are democratic will have constitution, and it is compulsory. The country which is democratic, they must have the constitution. They cannot ignore the constitution. After the war of the independence against Great Britain, the Americans give themselves a constitution. Like after the first war, after the war of independence, the Britishers, they have themselves given the constitution. After the revolution, the French people appeared a democratic constitution. As in the history I have told, after the French Revolution, they also have the constitution. Since then, it has become a practice in all democracy to have a written constitution. After that, it has become that everyone has started having the written constitution. It's not that orally like someone has come and stand and you told this is your constitution. No, it is a written set of rules which everyone has to be followed. Okay. Now, today we are finishing with over here. In the first video, we have done the Nelson Mandela, that is the how the constitution has been framed in the South Africa. And then in today's video, we have done why do we need a constitution. We need a constitution to have our right. Now in the next video, we are going to continue how's the making of the Indian constitution, how the constitution has made in India. So please be safe at home and study.